this
Well, the
opportunity?
pool hall that was existing up here was the easiest move to come in and take over the lease and buy the business, I could already see that downtown. I mean, I wasn't the first person. I was more like the last guy on the block here. I mean, everybody else, it's like Joe Blacks and Gillies and all. You know, they'd really sort of paved the way for the downtown and over the last year and a half, 2 years. And so it made more sense to be downtown than to be anywhere else. I felt like, and I really underestimated, I think, right away, the amount of traffic that is downtown. I thought last summer was going to be a lot slower for us and just in general. I had remembered summers in the past that were pretty slow in terms of the bar business being in the bars, and most specifically downtown. So the amount of people last summer that I saw coming around and walking the streets and bar hopping really surprised me, and it was a nice surprise. We definitely picked up traffic from, you know, that walks, people that are out bar hopping. We're kind of in the heart of it all. I mean, if you're coming from Sledsters and you're going to Gillies or Joe Black, you know, we're sort of a pit stop for a lot of the people that are out walking, or if you're coming from Sanders, or if you go, you know. And I think that was the biggest thing, was that we were just kind of in the middle of it all, and we're able to pick up some business based on that. The plan has always been, you know, lounge and pool hall from the beginning, and the biggest thing for me was just to keep it diverse, have something different. Didn't want to step on any other toes in downtown in terms of other bars, and I didn't want to do things or have things exactly like anybody else. I just thought this would be different. This would be a change of pace for a lot of people, and it's worked out. I don't really believe in giving away booze or having it at such a price that, you know, you pack them in and everybody, you know, drinks as much as they can and then they're out the door. I mean, we run drink specials nightly, but we just kind of do it without advertising it. We put it on our specials board when people show up, then they know we have it special. It's something that I toiled with a lot, and I always felt like if, you know, I didn't really know if it would work, or if I'd end up going the same direction as a lot of places do, where they have an advertised specials scenario. But what it allows me is a lot of freedom, I think, with the way we do things. I don't have to worry about, I don't worry as much about who's running what special down the street. What I like to rely on more is the crowd that we get up here. They don't come here because they know that on this night it's going to be a really, really cheap certain drink. They come up here because they want to be up here, and then they know that we'll always have something on special, or a couple things on special. When you have multiple bars that want to start having live music, it really helps, because it gets customers and patrons, no matter where they go, excuse me, used to the idea that they can pick up a good live show at a certain place. We really almost oversaturated last fall with live music, but what I was trying to do was sort of, you know, it's like if you yell loud enough, people have to hear you type of thing, and that's kind of what we did last fall. Since then, we do door covers quite a bit. You know, we try to put a beer, give a beer at the door if you know, put a cover, if you pay your cover, whatever. We try to keep the covers reasonable, and it's only to pay for the bands. And I've been really surprised at how well the community has sort of embraced that. You know, my experience has been, you know, over the last 10 years that I've been around, 12 years that I've been working in town in the service industry, has been that people are pretty fickle in this town about cover charges, you know, door cover charges. And 25 years ago, it wasn't that uncommon at certain bars to pay a couple of bucks just to get into a bar, not even a live show, or, you know. For me, I mean, sometimes it's not, I don't like to have to charge people at the door all the time, but it is an educating process, and people do realize that, you know, the reason why we're charging you money at the door is because we just couldn't afford to have that band here. The more music that's out there, the better off I think everybody is, as far as if we want that to go. So I think O'Reilly's has had pretty good luck in the long run, and I like the fact that they're doing music, because it, like I said, it helps, because then people can come here and go there, or decide which place they want to go, but we don't have to be on our own island, I guess, so much. And like at the Hub, you know, they run music, they do their open mic nights. I don't do an open mic night, so I think that's really good that is out there. and it helps to educate, or not educate, but to keep people hip to the idea that, you know, like you mentioned, you know, there's more to do than just see how many yag bombs you can take down in a night. I mean, there's more to do than that. You can enjoy some music over here, or go, you know, or like now with Level 10 and like the dance scene they got going on. I mean, that is something that's a lot different, that I don't see our crowds commingling too much or anything like that. I mean, it does happen, but I love it because it means that there's something else going on, that you have an opportunity to go see. And because of the diversity, I just say, you know, I don't know which one individual bar or which one individual sector of town would really squeeze that or pull that away for the long term. You know, if anything, the outskirts bars, like I always call them, the outskirts of town or on the edge of town or not in downtown, have probably felt the impact, you know, over the last couple of years more than anybody. A lot of those bars had a real strong run after the flood when there was nothing downtown. And I think that is changing. Whether or not it's going to last or not, I hope it does. Right now, this city is going through some growing pains with what you would call a revitalized downtown district, and it's been, you know, it's taken a lot of years for it to get to where it's at right now. And I was, like I said, one of the last guys on the block. I mean, this all was happening before and I think it's real important that, you know, we've started a focus group of bar owners working with the city and the mayor to, you know, tackle garbage issues and downtown filth issues that are sort of, they're there right now and they need to be addressed, because otherwise people aren't going to want to keep coming back, you know. And so these growing pains, I mean, there's some fundamental, like, social and environmental things that are going on that I think once we have more garbage cans out on the streets, and once people are sort of respecting the fact that there's a garbage can right there, I don't have to, you know, or maybe a stricter brown bag policy, something that, hey, let's not, while we're waiting for our cab, let's not be drinking out in the streets waiting for cabs and beer bottles on the ground. And, you know, and I think that the city has been very receptive to the bar owners. You know, we brought it to their attention just as much as they brought it to our attention. Let's work together, and that's been going good. And that's the biggest concern for me, I think, is just that commingling with other businesses, so that other businesses are able to open their doors in the morning and feel comfortable doing so. In the service industry, you know, the old saying is like, for every one bad, if a person comes in and has a bad experience, they're going to tell 10 people at least, minimum. But if they come in and they have no problems and they don't have it, they're not going to probably tell more than one other person that things went well. You know, they don't. It's just, so the negative stuff is what travels, and keeping things clean is the first. I mean, that's anytime there's an eyesore, you know, or a blemish cosmetically with the downtown, it's not gonna sit well with people that want to go shopping during the day. You know, in the middle of the day, it's you know, I think that if somebody, you know, I think if somebody is caught urinating or vomiting even, or something like that out on the streets, I mean, they should be cited, and maybe they should, for a couple weeks, you know, at 6 in the morning, they should come downtown and do some cleaning for community service, and maybe it'll, you know, I mean, that's a little aggressive in theory maybe, but you know, I think it would help.